And we're filming. Hey, hi, it's me. Oh my god, I look dark as hell. Light, can you come? Either way. Uh, I look so fucking creepy in this shot. There you go. Is this less creepy? Somehow, shit, wait. I have a plan. I swear to god, this video is gonna be awesome. Jesus Christ, I look so I look so dark and... Hello there, children. Wait. Hey, not... This is too bad. This is too bad. I swear to god, I totally have something I want to discuss because I just... Yeah, close enough. You know what? Fuck it. We'll do it raw. I'll look like an extremely dark person that greets you in your sleep. I am your sleep paralysis demon today. Yes, hello there. So either way, I wanted to make a short today, but I stumbled upon something more interesting. Is that
it's 22 hours.
Yes, fucking hell, it's late. But it talks about mortality a little bit. Mortality basically means coming to terms with life. Okay, so straight up, life, meaning of life, we're not gonna touch on that, kinda, but not really. But what it is that I stumbled upon this Reddit called r/piano, and it basically says the three phases of musicianship, and says that phase one is that I'm an absolute beginner. Phase two is just the shit that I do is actually pretty good. The intermediate, and phase three is just absolute self-deprecation. The thing about it is that this is the thing about life. I feel as if a lot of time on the internet and a lot of time nowadays, people self-deprecate a shaitan. And definitely there is a lot of humor to that. However, then again, if you don't like someone self-deprecating too much, you could, in a sense, fire back at them to say that they have the biggest ego you've ever seen, due to the fact that self-deprecation, you can very much argue, is a self-defensing mechanism. You are protecting yourself. You're not defending anyone. You're not protecting anyone else. You're protecting yourself by shitting on yourself first before anyone else can shit on you. People can definitely argue that you are your biggest critic, but because you are yourself the biggest critic, you are also your biggest defender. You defend yourself the most. You don't defend anyone else first. You think about yourself first. If, say, someone were to get punched, a lot of time you would flinch first because you don't want to get hit, and that's completely fine. In a sense, we have already argued before that it's kind of natural of a human thing to do, to think about yourself first. This is your meat armor. This is your shit. It's not anyone else's shit. If you get stabbed or something, you feel the pain, not anyone else's. So a lot of time, yeah, it's completely natural that you would think of this body first. That's the entire point. Once you get this body somewhat intact, then you can definitely start worrying about other shit. But a lot of time it's a very depressing thing to say, due to the fact that it just makes it seem as if, oh yeah, no, anytime you pursue fucking anything, at the end of the road, you're just gonna have this absolute gap of being a professional enough to a point that you criticize yourself a shaitan, but then at the same time you feel as if, oh my god, there's so much to learn. This is one of the thing, is that in life, there is so much shit to do in life. There is a lot, you can learn oh so much, oh so fucking much. A lot of time your parents will tell you, read books or something, kids. Yeah, definitely, you can learn a lot from books. But then again, you are very much limited to the number of books that you can read. Say if you read 6 books in a week, how many weeks do you live? Well, let's do some calculation. A year lasts around 52 weeks, and you can be very, very confident with this figure, which is gonna, shove out, due to the fact that 52 weeks is 364 days. It's 1 day from a year, which is gonna count out leap year and normal year and everything, because fuck that, who cares? You know what, let's just add an extra You're gonna live like 79 years. The average lifespan is around 79 years, and we're saying like you read a book every single day, and in a week you're able to dish out 6 books in a week. 6 books in a week. That is a lot, in a sense. So then you would probably let's do some calculation. I'm just gonna add in 10 weeks extra for you because why not? So 52 multiplied by 79 years is 4,108 weeks plus 10 times 6. You can read 24,708 books. So let's just round that up to 25,000 books. If, say, a bookshelf can say put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 book and one shelf of like 5 floors, right? So then 18 times 5 is right around 90. So then 90, so then this thing would divide by 90 things. You would have read around 200, I'm just gonna round this up, 275 shelves, which is legit. Let me tell you, it might sound like such a large figure, but one shelf is around this 1 liter bottle right here, which is right around actually I have a ruler here. Yes, I'm gonna do this calculation on camera. Not really. 20 and around, let's just fucking call it 40. So a shelf is around 40 centimeters long. Yes, we're just like seeing how long it is. So then this thing divided by 40 centimeters, because each of them is 40. Is my calculation right? No, I should multiply it. Yeah, shit. 275 times 40. 11,000. So you would have read around 110 meters shelf, which is quite large, to say the least. However, when you really think about how long 100 meters is, it's not that long. It really is not. You are very much limited to how many books you can read. This is assuming that you read every single day, and you have read only 24,000 books. Like, yes, definitely it is 27,000, around those numbers. Definitely, it is a lot of book. But then again, that basically is nothing compared to how many books there is. Library Genesis alone has over 3 million books. You have barely scratched the surface of how many books you have read. And plus, there is so much to learn. Like, just think about it. If you think about it alone, when you learn about something, anything, those things happen over a period of time. Say, I don't know, you learn about the history of the iPhone. When was the iPhone invented? Like 2006? Or even way before. Let's say you learn about the history of Apple. When was Apple established? Like, they were established quite back, if I remember correctly. Establishment of Apple. It was established back in like 1976. I was not wrong in that thought. April 1st as well, so it's a fucking joke. 1976. And it has been up until now in 2020 still a massive company. The first $1 trillion company, massive thing. You probably have an Apple iPhone somewhere, or you have definitely seen it. When you hear the word Apple, you don't even think of the fruit anymore. You think of the fucking company. Well, most of the time when you hear the word Apple or something, a lot of time you don't think about the fruit immediately. Definitely that is one of your thoughts, but you think about the company first. It's 45 years, counting from then more or less till now. 45 years. So that means to learn the history of a damn thing, if you learn it chronologically, experience absolutely everything, it's going to take you 45 years to learn. And we've already established that the average lifespan is around 79 years. You could very much be lucky and live after that. Like that's the worldwide average. You know, you can be very lucky and live longer than that, or you cannot. The thing about it is that you have to more or less, this is the hard thing in life. This is the balance in life that's I find so absolutely hard to just get down. You not only have to, first of all, come to terms with the fact that you cannot learn everything in the world. You can only become so smart. You can more or less hope for the absolute best, you know, pass on as much knowledge to the next generation as possible. Hope they don't fuck up, and just literally hope. And number two, you also have to learn as much as you can. Not have to, you don't have to, but it's one of the goals, perhaps, to maybe you want to learn as much as you can. You want to have as many memories made as you can. You want to actually be able to grasp at as many opportunities that presents to you as possible, due to the fact that you don't want to miss out on anything. You want to actually have a somewhat good life for yourself, good life for your family, good life for people that you know, in a sense, people that you're very close with as well. You don't want any ill happenings to, you know, befall on them. So more or less, you know, sometimes then you would train yourself. You train yourself. You hone yourself in something. You know, becoming better at sport, becoming better at a certain field, like say history, becoming better at something. But then at the same time, not only do you need the absolute drive to just want to become very, very good at this, because, you know, sadly, not everyone's a fucking genius and can just grasp at everything in the first thing. And if you are a genius and you very much know that you're very big, thick brain, a lot of time you're not absolutely just like daunted by the prospect that, oh, I'll never know everything, just because you know that everything I do, everything I put out is in a sense, you know, something that other I very much know that people will appreciate. So a lot of time that eases yourself out a tiny bit. However, definitely I cannot speak for the perspective of another. But at the same time, for a lot of us common folk, I've always wondered this, that a lot of people probably as well, what's the point of living if you're not a special snowflake? I mean, yeah, that if you know to yourself that you're just a tiny speck in this massive thing machine of a cog, you'd be very much distressed, and that's very much understandable. Of course, your life literally revolves around this perspective. Everything you do has meaning to you in some sense. What if someone comes along and basically says all those things are meaningless? It sucks ass. It sucks ass. I mean, you could probably relate to this. If you have to go somewhere and you went there for 3 hours, 4 hours, and then suddenly you went there, you got to there, and someone said, "Oh yeah, you're not needed here anymore. Sorry." Now you have to spend 3, 4 more hours to go back. Someone just wasted your time, your valuable, valuable time. Of course you'll be pissed at that. Think about it like that. Now just extend that to years of how long you may ever have lived. If say you're 17 years old, and then someone just basically came up and said, "Hey yo, everything you've done for the last 17 years, just like throw it out the window. We got something new coming along." Of course you'll be pissed. You'll be like, then what the fuck was my last 17 years for? What was the point of that? So it's very hard to come to terms with mortality. Come to terms with the fact that, yo, sadly our biology would end one day. Oof. But at the same time still try our damnedest at everything in life. You know, try our best to become, I don't know, perhaps, you know, the best version of yourself that you can be. This is why we are, you know, a lot of people opted for the saying of become the best version of yourself that you can be. Because you can't become someone else. You don't want to compare yourself with others a lot of the time. It gives you a massive drive, I do not deny. But what if they're just better than you? What then? It's gonna suck ass. Believe me, it sucks ass. Nothing sucks more than trying your damnedest at something and then absolutely failing at it. It's very hard to come to terms with it. And even if a lot of the time you try your damnedest at it and you're just like, I've given myself everything, there's always room for doubts a lot of the time. So you start saying, oh, I could have done this better, I could have done that better. If everyone actually really, really try that, like give every last bit of fuel they have for something, they would never regret it just because they're like, what else could I have done? Fuck off. I've done everything I could. So what the hell else can I do? So of course I don't regret this or that thing because I give my absolute damnedest for it, but that's the thing. You live on another day, and that's in a sense the curse that is of human. You can't ever truly try your best at something. Just the fact that you can always say, I could have always tried harder. You failure that deadlift in the gym, that squat in the gym, that bench in the gym. Well, guess what? You got two adrenal glands right here. That's the adrenaline gland sitting on top of your kidney. What if you have released that? You could have gone even more. What if you broken a bone or two? Who cares? You could have gone that thing up. Don't lie to yourself. Shit like that creates a lot of room for doubt. So in a sense, you quite literally in life, not only do you have to invest a fuck ton of time into this or that thing that you really want to become good at, or quite somewhat good at, but then again, you also have to invest a fuck ton of time into, in a sense, coming to terms with the fact that you're never going to be the best at this. And even if you're the best at this, there will always be more to learn. You literally have to come to terms with so many things. So it's basically kind of like if anyone's watched PewDiePie's newest video about like humanity going extinct, where he says human lacked foresight. I mean, yeah, it's fucking understandable. Think about it. If say you spend, I don't know, perhaps 20 years developing a plastic bottle and you finally got it, you're like, holy crap, it took me 20 years to do this. Do you release and patent this invention? Or do you also find some way to break down the entire bottle, make into something new, and make it recyclable? Spend another 20 years to perhaps do that, because it took you 20 years to create one of these things, because it's like the newest thing. I don't know. When did plastic exist? Back in like the 1900s? Let's just say you invented this shit back in the 1800s. It took you 20 years of your entire life. So you patent it and release it and give it out to the world? Are you waiting another perhaps 20 years to create a machine that would be able to break this thing down and recycle it? That's the thing. We, of course, it took us a while for humankind to perhaps discover fire, know how to create it, but then it's gonna take us a little bit more time to find something that would be able to take out the fire, in a sense, because you literally have to be like, oh, let's really look at this. It took us a while, very much, to develop the atomic bomb, but without any type of testing, we don't know what could really go wrong. We can sit there and hypothesize, but then it's going to take that many more years to hypothesize all of these things, and even then, we can make a lot of mistakes. It's kind of like, if anyone has watched those videos on AIs, if it took you 70 years perhaps to develop an artificial intelligence that could just like become super intelligent. So do you spend another 70 years writing the codes for all the security measures? And even then, you also have to ask yourself, what if I just don't get something? What then? What then? So it's this is the thing about human, A lot of culture says being a human is a blessing. You could very much say that. But you could also very much argue as a human is that life is absolute suffering. You could very much do this. This is the thing about being human that is, in my opinion, quite wonderful. The fact that you can just never truly get something right. You just can't. You just fucking can't. Because the amount of time you have on here is very much limited. It's kind of like a flower, if you want to get a little poetic here. The fact that it's so short-lived is what makes it wonderful. The fact that few things are so rare and so absolutely scarce, that's what makes it quite wonderful. Like say a solar eclipse or something, or a red moon. Things like that are very rare and scarce, and that's what makes it very memorable. Having a kid, having a wife, those things are very far and few in between. You don't marry, I don't know, you don't marry a wife, divorce her, and then marry her again 50 times. Probably some things like that have happened, but very, very rarely. You don't have 300 kids. Like, max, if you really, really go all out, you can probably have like 12 kids. And even then, you're just like, holy shit. It's still a very special thing because it only has happened 12 times in your lifetime. Can you fucking believe it? So it's just like, it's still very special. You know, that is the thing that makes it really, really wonderful. So a lot of time, you have to come to terms with your mortality. I can't help you with this. I don't think many can help you with this because it's very much a self-finding journey. You have no, don't have to. I should never say that. I fucking hate the word have to. We're making an entire video rant about why I hate the word you have to. It's so stupid. It's like, why do you have to do anything? You always very ironic here, but I'm gonna use the word have. You always have a choice. Right? You can always choose between very extremist, extremely extremist, but it's still there. Death or live. No matter what the fuck situation you're in, you can just always think to yourself, hey, I can either choose seppuku kamikaze style bang dropping 6 feet beneath commit not live style, or I can choose to push on. You know, there's always those two options. So in my opinion, don't give me that shit of like, ooh, I don't have options, blah 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 blah. It's just no, not quite. But back on topic, I digress from that. The fact that mortality is a very, very, it's a thing that literally hits everyone. Everyone goes through these shit. In my opinion, the thing that has somewhat kept on me driving is that, sure, I can only do so much in my lifetime. That is 100% for sure. However, that doesn't mean I can't become a pretty damn good version of myself. You know, reading 26,000 books might not make me the absolute smartest human ever alive. I very much will not be as smart as someone like, say, Terry Tao, or even Jeff Bezos, or Bill Gates, or literally anyone. Some fucking 10-year-old kid could probably be like, no, some kid could be just like birthed out of the womb day one and be smarter than me in like 20 or 30 years in the future when I'm a decrepit, withering fucking millennial. Gen Z, sadly. Right? And Gen Alpha just like pop out of their womb and just be like, you fucking idiot. How could you not know this shit? It's so simple. Like a kid just like pop out of the womb and be way smarter than me. Even then, in my opinion, that doesn't mean I should not try my best. There is, just like there's no reason, very depressive one, but just like there's no reason to truly carry on, there's also no reason to give up. Like, why give up? You know, so might as well press on. See what awaits me, you know. Definitely, I will make a lot of stupid things in life, but those are things you have to come to terms with. You know, that's the absolute wonderful thing, but yet very complex thing about human life. You have to come to terms with many things, but at the same time, you also don't have to come to terms with many things. So in my opinion, choose whatever the fuck you want to do. If you're in a privileged enough position to be able to, go to school, have an iPhone, watch this video if anyone's even fucking interested. I don't think anyone is. And be able to carry through and do a lot of things, in my opinion, take it. Because not many others can choose as much as you. Surprise, surprise. This is not a point to make you sad. Fuck no. If anything, it should make you hopeful. It should basically tell you, oh shit, I have a lot of chances. Might as well grab spit and see what goes on. If you want to live life in shrouded mystery and ignorance, 100% fine. I have absolutely no problem with that. It is your life. You choose whatever the heck you want to do with it. I cannot tell you otherwise. Human life is only so long. That is why we might as well try to enjoy every moment of it, and might as well put this topic all the way back in our minds. You know, don't cry about it. Don't bitch about it. We all experience it in some way, shape, or form. Like German said in a song, Leben ist Tan. Life is futile. So in a sense, I hope you a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Actually, no, it's not the weekend, but because it's Monday and some other parts of the world, it's like Sunday. Some other part of the world, I think it's already fucking Tuesday. So I hope you a wonderful either end of weekend, start of week, or the second day of the week, depending. Who fucking knows? Some other places might be. It's already Wednesday, you little cock. But that wouldn't work. That fucking wouldn't work. Piece of shit. This needs to at least be like close. No, it just doesn't work. Okay, it's a 24-hour shit. So shut up. But I hope this video doesn't make anyone sad, because the point isn't to make anyone sad. The point is to basically tell you there's a lot of shit to do in life, and you probably won't get all of it. But that doesn't mean you can still make a lot of shit. You ain't gonna be the next Lenin, or the next Stalin, or the next Terry Tao, but you can be someone, and that someone is yourself. Also, stop with the self-deprecating jokes, because it literally stop being humorous after a while. Like, come on, stop being such an egoistic piece of shit.